P.O.L. Review. What I do for second me. And my army.
Yo, what up everybody, IntraVenus here from P.O.L Game Review and P.O.L Music. I'd like to take a moment to toast to the end of Corona, right? I just got my second vaccination. I'm not going to go any more into it than that, but I am celebrating. Today we have a continuation of my Spawn collection. In fact, I've decided to move on to Spawn comics as well as Spawn action figures. I have some real doozies to show you. 3 special editions and 1 ultra action figure. Plus 25 comic books that I will go through very briefly. If you want more, then let me know down in the comments. Here we go! Alright guys, so first I'm going to go over the figures. In my last video, you may have seen, and if you haven't, you should check it out. But I had started collecting action figures from Spawn and Todd McFarlane from back in the 90s. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe I had 5 action figures in their boxes in the last video. I am proud to tell you that I have 3 older, very nice action figures in special edition, as well as the ultra action figure Mutant Spawn. Let's start out with the first of the first. This is a rare Black Violator figure from the first series, Series 1, from back in 1994. Black Violator. I never knew this existed, and I saw it and I sprung on it immediately for $15. You'll see that it does have the comic book in there. This is fully sealed, fully intact. Go check out my last video if you want to learn more about this series. This is what it's normally sold as. The gray Violator. This is the Black Violator. I'm so excited about these, I really am. And so next off, we've got 2 of the same, but they're different. When you come to, I believe, what is this, Series 2? Let me check first. This is Series 2. We've got Angela. Now, I spoke of Angela previously, and I had recently gotten rid of all of my figures that were out of box. I sold them on eBay. And so now I have 2 Angelas, both special editions. Here we have what is a translucent blue model. Translucent blue Angela. I never knew this existed. So happy to have it. Next, we have a solid silver, possibly you might say pewter Angela. Also a limited edition. Did you know these came out? Because I didn't know that there were 2 color variations. Are there more? I don't know. But they were worth $15 a piece to me. Shall I? A warrior of light, Angela has obtained a hunting permit and she has chosen Medieval Spawn as her target. Just like Medieval Spawn, Angela is outfitted with armor and a sword. The lance has a remote feature that shoots a spear-like projectile from its tips. She is unaware that both spawns are, like her, fighting against the side of evil. Now, both of these likely say the same thing, and yes, they do. Both the cards represent the original Angela, who has normal skin tone and such. Now, before I go on, I'd like to let you know that I did see 2 Frankenstein figures for the Youngblood series. Is it Youngblood? The Wetworks series, Wetworks. And I didn't get them because I really just want to collect Spawn. And I don't know if Wetworks is connected to Spawn or it's just another comic series. And so finally we have Mutant Spawn, the ultra action figure from Series 5, I believe. Is it Series 5? Yes, Series 5. I remember seeing this in stores back in the day. I mostly remember seeing Battleclad Spawn, Super Patriot, Tiffany, and Alien Spawn. I never really saw Mutant Spawn too often. And that was right when I was getting out of collecting Spawn figures, so I didn't push further. And that was probably the last series that I got. But I am collecting a lot of great things here. I feel like a kid. I really do. I feel like a child who just got a bunch of cool toys. I never knew they made these versions of the figures. So we might as well go through the comic books real quick, right? First off, we got Spawn versus Batman, also known as Spawn and Batman, perhaps because I believe they joined forces eventually, but in the inner cover it says Spawn versus Batman is a companion piece to DC Comics The Dark Knight Returns. It does not represent current DC continuity, just so you know. This is the only one I have out of a case because I've had this for almost the longest, and honestly I need to buy more comic book cases or storage sleeves. So I think this is really cool. Spawn and Batman in the same comic book. Come on, guys. The rest I'm going to do very quickly as possible. Here's Spawn. This is from the first series action figure, the comic that was included. Here's Spawn Violator. This was the same comic that was included in here. We have Spawn issue 9. I believe this is the first issue where you see Angela. Spawn issue 11. Spawn issue 12. I remember having this as a child. That's Chapel. Spawn and Chapel, I believe, in that one. Spawn issue 20. Never had this one. Spawn issue 26. This is one of my originals, and it's probably in the least good condition, but still decent. I've had it since I was a kid. Spawn number 28. Spawn number 29. Spawn number 30. Also another one that I had since I was young. Very graphic and adult-oriented theme for someone at my age when I had it. Issue 31. Redeemer. Issue 36. Issue 42. This is issue 103. I remember around issue 50 they started changing the front of the... I think issue 50 had like a gold and black theme, at least one of the versions of the covers, and I wish I still had that. I used to have it. Spawn issue 108. Spawn issue 113. Spawn the Dark Ages. Okay, so I dove into the Dark Ages too because I want to learn a little bit about... I believe Sansker was in the Dark Ages, and also Angela might have thrived mostly in the Dark Ages. So we have Spawn Dark Ages issue 5. Spawn Dark Ages issue 6. Spawn Dark Ages issue 13. Spawn the Dark Ages issue 14. I really didn't like the fact that they started doing this Spawn.com up front, and they dropped it with the next one. Spawn the Dark Ages issue 17. Yeah, we don't need to rep that. Oh, wait a second. 18. They brought Spawn.com back. This is when the internet was still becoming really prevalent and people felt like they needed to rep their web addresses everywhere. So that's Spawn the Dark Ages number 18. Issue number 18. Spawn the Dark Ages issue number 24. And finally, Spawn the Dark Ages issue number 25. So there you have it, y'all. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. I hope you like collecting toys and comics like I do just as much as video games. If not, let me know in the comments. If you don't like it, dislike. If you like it. Subscribe, please. It helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my music on all of your favorite streaming platforms. Just look up IntraVenus on Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, any of those guys. And let me know really if you like Spawn figures, if you like Spawn comics, and if you like Spawn collecting. I'll catch y'all in the next one.
You know the shit's hard when it scars. Life dealt a hand, it's hard to handle one again.